Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Evermore Love, where we weave English lessons into tales of passion and heartache that linger long after the last word. If you're joining us for the first time, oh, what a treat you're in for. Press that subscribe button now and become part of our heartfelt community. We're so close to 1K subscribers, just a few more clicks away. And every one of you helps us craft these stories that make language learning feel like falling in love. Today we're unraveling My Boss is Blackmailing Me. A gripping journey of forbidden sparks, shadowed secrets, and the redemptive power of true connection. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single twist. It's all built to draw you in deeper with every breath. Cozy up with your headphones, let the words wash over you, and promise me you'll watch till the end. There's a whisper of hope waiting there that might just mend something in you. Let's begin. Music transitions to a tense yet romantic violin strain as the narration starts. My boss is blackmailing me. The rain-slick streets of downtown Seattle gleamed under the sodium lamps like veins of liquid silver. And I, Sophia Reyes, was already late for my first day at Apex Innovations. At 26, fresh out of grad school with a marketing degree still crisp in my mind, I dashed into the gleaming lobby, my heels clicking like frantic Morse code against the marble. The elevator ride to the 22nd floor felt eternal, my reflection in the mirrored walls showing a woman with wild chestnut curls and eyes wide with that cocktail of ambition and terror. I'd landed this junior copywriter gig through sheer grit, late nights crafting pitches, endless revisions, but nothing prepared me for him. Victor Hale, CEO and founder of Apex, stood at the head of the conference room like a storm cloud given form. Tall, broad-shouldered, with ink-black hair swept back and piercing gray eyes that seemed to dissect souls. His suit was tailored to perfection, charcoal gray hugging his frame like a second skin, and when he turned those eyes on me during introductions, the air thickened. "Ms. Reyes," he said, his voice a low rumble that vibrated through the glass table. "We expect precision here. No room for errors." I nodded, swallowing the lump in my throat, my cheeks burning under the scrutiny of the team. He was 35, a tech wunderkind who'd built Apex from a garage startup into a multimillion-dollar empire, but to me, he was an enigma, ruthless in boardrooms, whispered about in hushed tones for his unyielding standards, and devastatingly handsome, in a way that made my stomach twist with unwelcome heat. The first week blurred into a haze of spreadsheets and strategy sessions, but it was the late nights that undid me. I'd stayed past midnight tweaking a campaign pitch, the office a ghost town save for the hum of fluorescence and the distant patter of rain. Victor appeared in the doorway of my cubicle, sleeves rolled to his elbows, revealing forearms corded with quiet strength. "Still here?" he asked, leaning against the frame, a glass of scotch dangling from his fingers. I startled, my coffee spilling across my desk in a dark bloom. "Mr. Hale, Victor, sorry, I just wanted it perfect." He crossed the room in 3 strides, grabbing tissues from the printer, his presence overwhelming the cramped space with the scent of sandalwood and aged whiskey. As he dabbed at the mess, our hands brushed, electric accidental, and I yanked back as if burned. That's when he saw it, the edge of my notebook peeking from under the spill, pages filled with doodles of campaign ideas, and one careless sketch of him, caricatured with devil horns and a smirk, labeled "The Tyrant." My heart plummeted. I'd drawn it in a moment of frustration after he'd shredded my first draft in a meeting, his red pen like a scalpel. His eyes darkened not with anger but something sharper, amusement laced with hunger. He flipped the book open, tracing the lines with a fingertip. "Artistic, Ms. Reyes. But blackmail material, don't you think?" My blood ran cold. "Please, it was nothing, just venting. I'll delete it, I swear." He closed the book slowly, his gaze locking onto mine, unblinking. "Oh, I won't make you delete it. But you'll owe me. Personal assistance after hours. Starting tonight." The word assistance hung heavy, laced with implication, and I felt the walls close in. Blackmail. From the man who held my career in his palm. I nodded mute as dread coiled in my gut like smoke. What followed was a descent into a shadowed dance. By day, I was the diligent copywriter, churning out slogans that lit up client eyes. By night, I became his shadow, fetching dry cleaning from the elite uptown tailor, enduring strategy dinners at candlelit bistros where he'd grill me on industry trends over filet mignon. His knee brushing mine under the table with deliberate accident. "You're smarter than you let on, Sophia," he'd say. His voice softening in the dim light, a rare crack in his armor. The truth clawed its way resentment out, simmering beneath the forced smiles. Because beneath the tyrant, there's a man who's terrified of failing alone. And damn it, Victor, I see him. The one who sketches architecture in his margins, who quotes Neruda in empty boardrooms when he thinks no one's listening. His breath hitched. I'd glimpsed those margins during one late fetch. His elegant lines a secret poetry. Silence stretched, taut as a bowstring, until he closed the distance. His hand cupping my jaw with a tenderness that shattered me. "You see too much," he whispered, thumb brushing my lower lip. "I've been a bastard, using that drawing as an excuse to keep you close. Because from that first spill, I couldn't look away." His confession hung between us, electric as the lightning cracking outside. I trembled, anger and longing warring in my veins. "You blackmailed me," toyed with my fear. Tears welled, hot and unheeded. He winced, pulling me into his chest, his heartbeat a thunder of its own against my ear. "I know. God, I know. My father's abandonment left scars, trust issues deeper than I admit. I pushed you away before you could leave. But Sophia, this..." His arms tightened, a desperate anchor. "This is real. Let me make it right." We stood there, entwined in the tempest, as the dam broke. His lips found mine tentatively, a question in the press, and I answered with a fierceness born of months of suppressed fire. Hands fisting his shirt, bodies aligning like puzzle pieces long denied. The kiss deepened, salty with tears and sweet with surrender. His fingers tangling in my curls as if memorizing every strand. Rain blurred the world beyond, but in that moment it was just us. Raw, exposed, alive. The road to redemption wasn't linear. Victor stepped back from the demands, burning the sketch in his office fireplace one crisp autumn evening, ashes curling like released ghosts. "No more leverage," he vowed, handing me a key to his world, not as assistant but equal. We navigated the merger's chaos together, my fresh ideas sparking his strategies, late nights now laced with laughter over takeout Thai and shared dreams of a life beyond boardrooms. But challenges lingered. Office whispers of favoritism, my own shadows of doubt whispering he's still the boss. One night, after a brutal client call left him drained, he broke in my arms on the leather couch of his office, confessing the loneliness of his throne. "I built an empire, but it was empty until you." I held him, tracing the scars on his knuckles from those garage days, murmuring, "Then let's fill it with us." A year later, under a canopy of cherry blossoms in the arboretum, petals drifting like confetti from a kinder sky, he knelt, a velvet box trembling in his hand. "Sophia, you blackmailed your way into my heart, stealing it sketch by sketch. Marry me, not as my employee but my partner, my peace." Tears blurred his face, and I laughed through my own, pulling him up into an embrace that promised tomorrows. "Yes," I breathed, "but only if you promise more poetry, less tyranny." As we walked hand in hand through the pink haze, his thumb tracing circles on my palm, I knew the truth. Love isn't forged in sunlight alone. It's the courage to confront the shadows, to transform blackmail into bond, fear into fire. Victor wasn't perfect. He never would be. But in his flaws I found my home. And in mine, he found his heart's uncharted map. What a whirlwind of whispers and wonders, right? My boss is blackmailing me. Reminds us that the deepest romances often bloom from the thorniest paths. If this tale tugged at your heart or ignited a spark, drop a like, share your thoughts in the comments. What would you do in Sophia's shoes? And subscribe to Evermore Love for more captivating love stories wrapped in beautiful English. Together, we're chasing that 1K dream and beyond. Thank you for watching every precious second. Your presence makes these stories come alive. Until our next embrace, love boldly. Bye for now.